Wasn't an easy task to add this to the cart and finally make my decision to purchase this, plus download it. Austin was right, and we weren't far off from the release, finally giving us all a chance to experience a brand new version of Xplane. Would this be the future of flight simming? Ladies and gentlemen, hope you've all been fantastic. Quite a busy week. By the way, we bring you the latest, so hit that subscribe button for future releases. Something important to note is that the latest update is out now for Xplane 12, so make sure you restart your Xplane if it's up and running to get the latest update. The first look at Xplane was somewhat disappointing, I'm going to be honest with you, just the first moment. The moment you set foot on the aircraft and looked at the scenery from the pilot's seat. We've been spoiled by these 2 years and you clearly have the idea that it's Microsoft Flight Simulator with those visuals. Now mind you, Xplane 12 has its own forte. Plenty of default aircraft to choose from, including the Cessna Citation to the Piper, the A330 that looks promising to a heli. A range of aircraft are included. There have been a bunch of tweets floating from a number of folks upgrading the machines to get their hands on. Did you get your systems upgraded to experience this? Notably, Xplane 12 now uses Vulkan API version 1.3 for graphics rendering only. AMD and Nvidia graphic card users should be fine going back several generations. The user interface has been well made, a polished look to put it, with a smoother way of navigating through things. Not any significant changes, but still doable. Now looking at the website, there are a number of features that are dialed in, including 3D water with forest and vegetation, airports with animated jetways, plus a whole set of default options. Volumetric clouds, weather, these aspects have been the most showcased as a lot of work has gone in with the attention the community has set their expectations at. Now the purchase page goes on to talk about HDR lighting engine, 4D weather engine, 7 new aircraft and more. The more number of options the merrier when it comes to aircraft, but not always, as it does take quite some effort to refine each of these aircraft on flight modeling and behaviors, and it's best to leave it to the developers and experts at times. However, the default lot looks great. We should also expect seasonal and weather-specific visual effects, including snow, variable vegetation, ice and rain, which are part of the plan. The extension to AI aircraft is another big accomplishment, really adds to the realism aspect of the sim. Plus, I haven't configured my controls 100% yet, but been very curious to try out the sim in every possible way. It's a brand new chapter and interesting to see how things have really panned out in 2022. In addition to that, the ATC has had plenty of attention and trying this out would be interesting. It's good to give this a first try to really see how things have changed at Xplane. Now, there are numerous changes that have taken place here. A growing project, by the way. If you haven't got the chance to try out the demo version, please do give it a try. This comes packed with most of the content of Xplane 12, with a 15-minute time limit per flight. If you're coming from Microsoft Flight Simulator, the first minute is going to be surprising, but don't fall for it. The story has just begun for this gang. Hardly a day old, and there have been so much traction in the community from many developers to bring in more and more content. While I set sail to the skies, it does quite feel a little different, a bit more realistic on the end. If you've been a Microsoft Flight Simulator user, chances are it will take quite a bit more time to get used to Xplane's way of things. Now the environment can be a huge factor on flight simming. It doesn't really feel 100% yet at Xplane. There's quite some room for improvement here, and with beta, we should expect more improvements in the future. From landscapes, buildings, trees, at times it does feel like a polished Xplane 11. But there are quite some differences and changes we can feel while we fly. And I think overall, it's a good start for Xplane 12. It would be interesting to realize how fast the sim can grow. Now something to note is that Xplane has already been in the flight simming business, and there are plenty of developers who have been working on their projects. It's too early to see a number of add-ons pile in. With development and testing, this would take a bit more time for us to really see add-ons come into the marketplace. Now this will be a growing sim for certain. What would be more interesting is the type of changes we may see here at Xplane. It's more into flight modeling, systems and behaviors at this platform. Let's see what's in store for us, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty. More to follow on this one. We hope you like this video. Subscribe to get notified on future releases. Until next time, take care and happy flying.